I'm from a lactose intolerance community. I want to circulate the units and the unity. The continuity of opportunity for stacking bands. Opportunity to stack figures with your family. I can show you.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Cleveland Browns. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerome Ford with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, Tagovailoa. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Tua. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
The Browns' drive about to get started. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. To throw is Watson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Cam Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Tua going to throw. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They begin this drive with Chubb, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense. And right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56. 56 the mic. 56 is the mic. Here we go. 24.
Here's Watson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Watson on 1st down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
From the 50, it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On second down, here's Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. When you look at this defense, they're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Now Watson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Taking it about the 16. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Tua sets up to pass it. Steps away to his left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. It's a big play there for Miami, and even 40 yards.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there What a big play, moving it downfield.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Right back to Achane on second down. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Watson. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a first down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The Browns at 3-5, 2 games under 500. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And now Watson throws another interception. Loose inside the 30. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So another interception for him on the year. He is making quite a splash in his rookie campaign.
And most linebackers feel they're lucky if they get 1 or 2 of these a year, because once you start getting to 3, 4, and 5, that's when you know you've got a special player and someone the quarterbacks have to account for.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to pass. Tua. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
Elliott will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Achane is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to... And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Being chased out left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Early on. The running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion, Hill. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run. Achane. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Watson. Pass caught. He's got Tillman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Tillman motions to the left. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Third and 8.
56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Let's go, D. Let's go. Motion. I got one. Mike 56.
Back to throw. Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And this returnable for Hill. 31 yards on the punt there. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Buying time to his left. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins would extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this 3rd quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Tua. That one complete to Hill. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
44, ready. 19, come on, QB, come on.
Tua now on first down. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A run straight ahead with Achane. And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
going to the air. Tagovailoa. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
A give left side. Here's Achane. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the 3, second and a yard. Again, it's Achane. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for the Dolphins score. Devon Achane. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Dolphins 31, Browns 7. Kaimi Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 2nd down and 3. Looking to throw. Watson. He's got Njoku over the middle. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Watson, off play action. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on third down.
On first down, Watson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Watson. Under pressure, they got him again. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
They'll run with Chubb, and he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Watson. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21.
102 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A first down carry by Elliott. And fights through one man. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Up the middle, Achane.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
And they'll give this to Achane.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
They'll let this go deep for Waddle.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Watson. He's going to go up top again. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Here's Achane to start the drive.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Now Tua going to change the play.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 23 yards the pickup there. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 39-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
35's the mic. Yeah. You don't want none.
They'll run it. Achane with it.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. By rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so a good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. A shotgun snap for Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
That is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Check 41. Danny. 41.
They run with Ford, and he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last throw here for Watson. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Miami, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the Browns, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.